Hi everyone, my name is Andy Denuzzo, and I am part of the group that's talking about adolescence across cultures. My group is myself, Alan Diaz, and Marilyn Doucette. So my part of the project was the Jewish culture, and one quote that I found during my research that I felt summed up the feelings and the relationships between the culture was, "This made me realize how fortunate we were to be a part of a culture that recognizes the importance of this life stage and has a ritual to mark it, a ritual that we found we could use as a point of both reference and of departure." So to understand the Jewish culture, here are a few facts. More than 80% of the Jewish population lives in Israel and America. This is because they fled from Adolf Hitler after the Holocaust. The Jewish population can range from 5.7 million all the way to 12 million. This is due to the varying definitions of what it means to be a Jew. For example, some Jews practice the religion while some do not. It has taken roughly 70 years for the Jews to reach pre-Holocaust numbers. America provided a place for Jewish culture to thrive. However, America wasn't always welcoming. And 65% of the Jewish population live in New York, California, Florida, New Jersey, and Illinois. How do the Jews celebrate coming of age? The main coming of age celebration for Jews are bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvah ceremonies. We believe strongly in the need for transition into adolescence to be marked and celebrated. The purpose is the rite of passage in the community as an adult. This occurs around age 13. Why? Because we could begin to see physical and neurological changes. This signifies entry into adolescence. The process leading to bar and bat mitzvah can acknowledge the personal task of identity construction and values clarification, as well as signifying increased autonomy, and then these 13-year-olds will begin to rely on a peer group to set standards for behaviors and values. This is also a time of learning, family growth, and transformation. So there can be traditional and non-traditional bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs. Traditionals, most synagogues require a minimum number of years of Jewish schooling before they can have a ceremony in the synagogue. Jewish enrollment peaks about 10 to 13 years old and then drastically falls. They're requires learning a pasha and singing in front of the synagogue. A pasha is a verse or verses from the Torah. And then it appeases the rabbis, religious leaders, teachers, family members, and participants. While non-traditional, it sways more towards modernity, so they have extravagant ceremonies and celebrations. They are allowed to have non-Jews participating, for instance, if there's a non-Jewish family member or parent. They are not done in a synagogue, and it is what the participant and family feel is most relevant, not what the rabbis and religious leaders feel. So, a quick bar and bat mitzvah history. The direct translation is son of the commandment. Until the 20th century, it was only for boys. To this day, in Orthodox Judaism, it remains this way. Progressive and Reform Judaism now have opened up bar mitzvahs or bat mitzvahs to boys and girls. Contemporary feminism caused the parallel public ritual ceremonies in 1922. That's when they changed to allow females to join. And then bar mitzvah is male, bat mitzvah is female. And then the first Talmudic reference to this religious coming of age was based upon the responsibility of boys 13 years and older to begin following all commandments. Until a boy has a bar mitzvah, his father is held responsible for all religious sins. As soon as the boy becomes 13 years, the father said a blessing, thanking God for freeing him from the burden of his child's religious failings. The Talmud make reference to the idea that the contract made by a Jew of 13 years old is binding. And then there are 3 stages to the bat and bar mitzvah. There's the separation, which is between childhood and maturity. There's the liminal, which is the teaching phase. And there's aggregation, which is the community recognizes autonomy. And then adolescence in Judaism. One of the benefits of the process of coming of age in the Jewish culture is that the young adults build a strong support system. After traditional bar mitzvahs, they will have the church community that they have recently been welcomed into. In a non-traditional experience, they will have their close family and friends. If one non-traditional experience, he chose to ask 13 individuals to walk with him through his year leading up to his 13th birthday, which then led those individuals become a support system throughout the rest of his life after his 13th birthday and bat mitzvah. And then now they will have standards and morals guiding their life. When they were a child, their actions were forgiven because they were under their father's authority, but now they are full-fledged members of the church and community and are responsible for themselves. And then here are my references. Thank you.